Connie's Sarah Guidry, our friend Sarah.
Oh, how much fun.
I know, I love it.
Oh my gosh, thank you all for joining us.
Our Twitter friends.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody Knopf.
Sherry, look at all these fabulous people.
Terry Liptak from Canada. I love it.
From the 561. Oh, you got your book, Connie. That's exciting. Yay.
Natalia, that's awesome.
Oh, look at
Oh my, look at that. You want to do summer or winter?
You still look classy though.
Either way, you could wear a wrap.
No, it's Emily Francis is here from
Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
This is so exciting. Why don't we just get online and hang out sometimes?
Hi, Gloria from Lamar.
Hey, Gloria, my neighbor and friend.
Friends. I love all of our friends. Bailey. Hi, Bailey.
Oh, goodness. So good to see
Hey,
you.
Atlanta. Garth, are your Twitter friends? See, it's me, Carol. I'm in disguise.
I'm in disguise.
Hi, Carmen. Orly. Yay.
Hi, Garth. I remember you from the other day from
Hi, Orly.
the Slife conference.
Yes.
Patricia, you look so classy in a baseball hat. Look at you with your jewelry on. And
Does.
she looks totally classy.
Hey, Nikki. Yay, Virginia friends.
Carly says all of my favorite people on the screen, and in the comments, what a party.
Yeah, we are having a party.
Cheryl from Palm Beach.
Hi, Minerva. I'm waving as if you can see.
I know,
see your
right?
response, but you're not responding, but I trust that you see us saying hi to you.
Hey, Minerva. Minerva Cotton is joining us for the SI Online as well. So super excited you're here today.
Love your hat, Allison.
Thank you. Having a little throwback to a Christmas Story.
I need to make with Allie and Tina together with those two hats.
Yeah.
They kind of go together a little bit.
Here, I can do that.
Where's our next? Oh, look at Michelle.
Got it.
Tina and Allie are on top of each other in my screen, so they look like they belong. It's great.
Jody's already tweeting. Say nice things about us, Jody.
We should be tweeting.
Tell everybody you like my hat the best.
We need them to vote on our hat.
I think we do. I think we need coolest and silliest.
That is something really important. Somebody should have made a poll.
Carol looks like San Diego.
Not too late. We can still make a poll here.
Take it away. Let's group play.
I feel like Carol looks like a movie star.
This is my only time to feel glamorous.
What are you trying to say? I don't look glamorous in my sombrero? No?
Very.
Slightly different.
Valentina challenged me and she said, now you need some maracas. I'm like, girl, bring it. Something hard to do.
Ready for a margarita. I wonder who would win that category right there, Sarah Guidry. Come on now. Oh my goodness. Do we get started? Do we wait? What do you want to do, Valentina?
Maybe we should. It's a party and it's time to rock and roll. Let's go for it.
All right. It's 5:02. Welcome everybody out there in internet land who's watching us. It's 5 o'clock Central Time. And we're so happy to have you here. Is this our second or our third virtual launch now, I think, since the pandemic started? It's our second, right? It's hard to keep up, but this is a new and fun thing that we're doing here at Seidlitz Education. My name is Anna Mattis. I'm a senior consultant and author, and also the product development manager for a company. So it's my pleasure to work with all of these fantastic authors that we have to bring you wonderful new books to keep you engaged with your activities, whether you're teaching online or in person right now. And the book that we're going to be talking about today is one that has been in the works for a long time, and there's been so much buzz about it, and we cannot wait to get this book in everybody's hands. We have some fun news about it, which is when it premiered, it is #1 in Amazon as a new premiere for elementary education, which was really, really exciting for us to learn. And we're already hearing from the comments that some people have received their copy, and it's just super, super exciting. What you have behind me, this is my little baby son, my little newborn. And when I got the first copy of it, we decided to take a little photo of the height of the book compared to the height of him. So that's what you have going on behind me. There's William. There's the book. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be asking some questions from the audience, some questions that you guys have thrown at us, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. So people that are at home watching are going to get a chance to get their hands on a couple of these books. Okay, so to begin, we're going to hear from our fearless leader, John Seidlitz, as he introduces Dr. Melinda Miller. So John, whenever you're ready.
Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming to our party, and thank you those of you who wore the hats. I am really honored to introduce Dr. Miller. To those of you who don't know Dr. Miller, she is a teacher's teacher and an educator's educator. She's also, she literally is a teacher's teacher full-time for her work. She's a professor at Sam Houston University, where she teaches teachers. And she has her PhD from A&M University in curriculum, for which I will forgive her. Being a Longhorn, I will forgive her for getting her PhD from the wrong university. But they did a good job. She came out pretty good because she's been published in the California Reading Journal, the Journal of Multicultural Education, the Reading Teacher, and numerous other, even like the Journal of Education in Ireland, all kinds of publications all over the world. We are very honored that she co-authored this book with Valentina Gonzalez. And she has a really, if you get to know Melinda, I literally said this today in a conversation. She doesn't know this. I hope your ears weren't burning, but I said about somebody, she's as sweet as Melinda Miller, because she has got an elementary teacher's heart. And I have never seen her not melt the hearts of the teachers that she works with, because of just the love she has for kids and for culturally and linguistically diverse population of students that we serve. So we are so honored that you chose to do your first big book that's a bestseller, or not bestseller, that's #1 in right now on the what's hot on Amazon in elementary education. So thank you very much, Dr. Miller.
Thank you. What an introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you, John.
Okay.
So excited tonight.
Yay, we're so happy to have you. So next we have Nancy Motley, who's going to be introducing Valentina Gonzalez to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I am super happy to be here. And just like John said, it's my great honor to get to introduce Valentina. This has been her baby that's been growing for some time, and it's finally here, and we're so excited. You know, in going through her bio, it's funny that John said that Melinda is a teacher's teacher, because Valentina is too. And when I think about the sort of person she is, the sort of teacher she is, the sort of consultant she is, the two words that come up all the time in everything I read is love and passion. And you're going to see that in this very short book launch that we're going to have, and in any opportunities. Those of you in her giant PLN on Twitter, yes, you know this already, right? I know you do. So Valentina's got 21 years in public ed. She's been a teacher, an ESL co-teacher, an ESL teacher. She's been a district level ESL facilitator and a professional development facilitator. She's done a lot of really wonderful things, and we're happy that we got her at Seidlitz Ed a couple of years ago. It's been our great honor. And, you know, when I really, the last thing that I want to mention is probably the most important to her is she is the proud mother of 2 kids that are finally both off to college. I'm sure she's missing them, but super proud of them. And she's also married to a Houston firefighter, which excites all of us that we have such wonderful people to help us all stay safe. So without further ado, I want to introduce my dear, dear friend, Valentina Gonzalez, now published author.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, Nancy. It's just an honor. It's really an honor to be here with all of you and to share this with the community. And I'm just really pleased to be surrounded by all of you that are here watching with us, and just honored that you've wrapped your arms around our book and around Melinda and me. And we are grateful to you all.
Yay, wonderful. Thank you, ladies, so much. So as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a couple of giveaways. So we're going to do things in the virtual world now. I am dropping a link into the chat. What I'm going to ask you to do is everybody open that link and go in and type your name into that Google Doc. At the end of our launch party, 3 winners will be chosen from that list of names. So go ahead, take a quick second right now, everybody. Open that link and we will talk amongst ourselves while you do that. This is the time for you to peruse all of the beautiful hats that you see. Start thinking about who's going to win the prize for the best hat. We don't have a prize for them, but you know, somebody will come up with something. So to go ahead and take a quick second, let us know. And then if you're a Seidlitz team member, please take a look at your questions so we know what we're going to be asking. And I'm going to also ask you, while you are typing away, if you have a question for Valentina and Melinda, go ahead and drop that question into the chat as well. We're going to be covering just a few topics to get a little bit more insight into their beautiful purple book. But if you have any burning questions for them, go ahead and drop those into the chat now.
Anna, while we're waiting, can I make another shameless drop into this event, which is, if you are unfamiliar with Valentina on Twitter and on her blog, one of her greatest talents is sketchnoting and providing visual infographic information. So that's been a really, it's been wonderful to learn from her in that way. And really what I love about it is it models the best way to teach our English learners, right? So if you're a visual learner, this book is for you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for that. I loved creating the visuals on there. It's one of the things I enjoy doing most of all. I used to do it with my students too, even my, from primary students to my older ones, and I still do it for myself as well as a learner. So amen to that. Woo. I see lots of names going into the Google. So I'm praying for y'all to win. Excited. Woohoo.
That's right. And I must mention, if you don't win, the book is available online, so it is ready for purchase. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first question of the evening, which comes from none other than Dr. Michelle Izquierdo and her giant sombrero. So, just whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, beautiful ladies and John. I am curious to know.
And Adrian.
Adriana. Okay, he went. I see his name. There he is. Hi, honey. So I have a question for you ladies. What inspired y'all to write a book about writing and reading for English learners?
Do you want me to go first? Or
yes, Mel, you go first, Mel.
Okay. I have always wanted a book like this. I always wanted to write a book like this because I've worked with English learners for many, many years. The whole time I was teaching in public school, and to this day I work with English learners. And reading and writing workshop is just perfect for English learners. It gives them everything they need, and we can give them the support that they need. There's so many different things that you can do that people might not think of. And this is just a nice book that just includes everything that your ELs will need in order to learn to read and write and be successful and to find joy in both reading and writing. And I felt like there was this need for a long time. I wish that I had a book like this when I was teaching first, second, and third grade. And kindergarten. It was just so much fun to write, and I think that it's been needed for a long time.
It's a beautiful book.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Valentina?
I completely agree with Mel on those points about why she chose to write a book on reading and writing for English learners. One of the main reasons I wanted to write a book about how to serve students who are adding English to their repertoire as far as reading and writing instruction was because as a teacher myself, a teacher that was teaching students who were English learners, I felt like there was a lack of support in that area. Even though I myself was a student who, when I was in elementary school, was learning English, I struggled with reading. As a teacher, I didn't have the skills I needed to serve those students. I could empathize with my English learners, but I didn't feel like I had the techniques and strategies, and I didn't feel like I was getting enough professional development, and I didn't feel like I was finding the resources I needed to support my English learner students in reading and writing. And so I did a lot of research, read a lot of books, went to a lot of professional development, but I had to seek it out distinctly. And so that was the biggest reason why I felt like I needed to write a book about teaching reading and writing with English learners. And I'm so glad that John paired me up with Melinda. She was just like, we were like peas and carrots. You know, what she has, I didn't. And what I have, she didn't. And so we came together really nicely.
Yes, absolutely. I would agree with that. They're like peas and carrots.
I love it. Good, good, good. All right. Miss Allison Hand, Cousin Eddie, the next question goes to you.
Thank you. I'm not going to help kidnap anyone, though. So hide your side. What's happening today? All right. So I love the book. I have loved getting to read the book. And the call outs and the lists and the visuals are really, really helpful for implementing the steps. My question is, as a teacher, do I need to be implementing balanced literacy or the workshop model for this book to work for me?
You want me to go first, Mel?
Sure, yes.
Okay. No, this book is not just for teachers or ES teachers that only use a workshop model or balanced literacy. Melinda and I do believe in a workshop model and literacy instruction. If you teach readers and writers and you have English learner students, you're going to find a lot of information, a lot of strategies and techniques and research that's going to benefit the students that you work with. If you think about the components that you have in your classroom, no matter what type of curriculum that you implement or what type of reading and writing approach that you implement, you probably read aloud to your students. You probably hold direct instruction to your students. You probably already do some type of shared reading or writing with your students, and you probably allow them to read independently or write independently on their own time as well. So no matter what type of approach you have currently, the techniques and methods that we share in this book can be applied to the framework that you have in your classroom.
And I have to agree completely with Valentina. We both are proponents of reading writing workshop and the balanced literacy approach, but you don't have to be in order to use the book. You can use bits and pieces. You can use the activities at the back in the appendix for a resource. You can read the book straight through from cover to cover, or you can find a chapter that you think looks interesting and has something for you in it. But there are so many different things that you could do in any classroom, no matter what your reading and writing classroom looks like. And we hope that everybody will find something that they can use, and we know you will. We know you will. These are tried and true strategies all throughout the book.
Absolutely. I think that's the best part, is that we have the proof. that you all used them and that they worked. So we're so excited to get that in the hands of the teachers. Just a quick note to everybody that if you have been sending us some messages, make sure that you're writing to all panelists and attendees so that everybody gets a chance to see your sweet comments and questions. So quick note there. And then Miss Tina Bean, you have the next question.
Yes, I think we're going to start with Melinda this time and give Valentina the think time opportunity for a second. I'm going to ask you guys about the nerd part, which is shocking that would come from me. Which resources or research inspired your work?
Well, if you start at the very beginning and read to the end, you'll see that we use a lot of Pearson and Gallagher, the I do, we do, you do. So it's all about scaffolding. And so we start out every chapter with telling how we would scaffold the students through a certain part of reading or writing. So we have everything from read aloud to independent reading, and we have everything from write aloud to independent writing. And so we take students from start to finish with heavy teacher support, I do, all the way to students doing independent reading and writing by themselves with our support still. But so I'd say definitely Pearson and Gallagher, and then also a lot of Fountas and Pinnell, because we have a chapter on guided reading, and we have lots of strategies that that we use from their research. Then also Marie Clay, and definitely Vygotsky can be seen all throughout the book because it's all about social learning.
Good deal. Okay, thank you so much. Our next question comes from Miss Natalia Heckman.
Hello, and my question is for both of you ladies. Now, what was your favorite chapter to write? And maybe Valentina could go first this time.
Sure. My favorite chapter to write was definitely the chapter on independent reading. I think independent reading is just the heart of a classroom, and it's so important for our students to have time to practice what we've taught them directly in our classroom, and also just to give them that free voluntary reading time. Reading books of their choice is really important for our students, and it gives us an opportunity to either work with students in small groups or confer with them one-on-one, building those relationships, building language, building literacy simultaneously. And so that chapter was really important to me. It was really important for me also because a lot of our students who are English learners can get left behind during independent reading time. It can become a waste of time for our English learners if we're not scaffolding it and supporting our students during independent reading time. So it's critical for us to meet with our English learners during independent reading time. So it was really a powerful chapter for me. And that's my favorite one.
Okay, I'd say my favorite chapter to write was the chapter on guided reading, because even though I loved all of the chapters and I loved the whole book, but guided reading made me think of the magic first grade and how I would pull the students for their guided reading groups. And again, you start out with heavy support, and then you let the students read together, and you give prompting, and you pay attention to what each student is doing, and then you talk about the strategies you saw the children use, and it just supports the children so well as they're learning to read, and they're actually reading and writing in a community of 3 or 4 or 5 other children. They're reading at the same time, although not simultaneously, not chorally. And then one day they come to school and just by magic, they're reading on their own. And that's what guided reading makes me think of, because it works so well, especially with English learners. And you just see that little magic spark, and suddenly they're reading. So that was my favorite chapter.
So good. I bet people can't wait to get into it now to read more of those. Okay, our next question comes from Adrian Mendoza. If you're ready.
Boom. Okay. Felicidades. Congratulations. So my question, and I think I'm gonna start. Okay, I think Mel is gonna go first on this one.
Okay.
So, what do you hope readers get out of reading your book?
I hope that readers, when they read our book, I hope that they'll find the same kind of joy that we found when we were writing it, because it's just full of things that are good for all students, but especially English learners, to support them, to help them be a part of the community of learners, a community of readers and writers. It supports the students as they grow and as they become more and more independent, and as they start learning to talk to their neighbors, their colleagues, and as they find joy in reading and writing. So we hope that the teachers will find joy and that their students will find joy, because we have certainly found lots of joy in writing this book.
Absolutely. Okay. Our next question, Patricia Morales, are you ready?
Let me unmute. Thank you so much. I'm actually asking a question about the section read aloud, and what a part that actually resonated, and I'm going to say the word twice, resonated. Okay, you're gonna see why in a minute. With me was I actually chose a sentence on page 37, and I'm going to read aloud. Okay, it says English learners especially need to hear what English language structures sound like, frequently including the appropriate speed and intonation and prosody. So I would like to know if you can tell us more about that. Valentina or Mel, whoever wants to talk.
I'll let Valentina go on this.
You know, the read aloud chapter, and thank you, Patricia, for modeling read aloud for us. That was really clever. The read aloud chapter is probably my second favorite chapter to write, because reading aloud is another, they're all such critical elements in teaching reading and writing and supporting our English learners in language and literacy. But reading aloud is such a gift for our students, especially our English learners. When we read aloud to them, we model so much for them. They can hear the correct structures and the language and what a model reader sounds like and what it feels like, and the vocabulary, the high level vocabulary words that that they may not hear on a regular basis. When we speak in regular communication, we don't use high level vocabulary, but our books have, even picture books have high level vocabulary. So reading aloud to our students gives them that opportunity to hear vocabulary that they are not going to hear on a regular basis with their peers, or, you know, even from us as teachers when we're just speaking without reading aloud. That prosody and intonation, the way that words and sounds go up and down when we hear punctuation and we read punctuation is so important. English language structures vary. They're not the same in other languages. So the way that language is structured in Spanish or Serbian or French or German is different. And so hearing that on a regular basis is important for our students who are not native English speakers, but it's also important for our native speakers as well. Our native English speakers that may not hear a lot of academic language at home or on a regular basis. Reading aloud is a critical element. So thank you for asking that important question.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so time to take some questions from the audience. I've had two so far that are asking the same thing, but in two different ways. And I know that you ladies are ready for this one. Are there strategies for teaching reading and writing with remote learning and in distance learning? What do we think?
Yes, there are. And we actually included that in the book. Because of the special situation that we are in, we did include an appendix in the book, especially for teaching reading and writing during remote instruction. So if you're looking for guidance on that, we do have that for you. Carol's holding it up right now, and we're excited to share some of that with you. So yes, and you'll learn a little bit more about that in just a little bit.
That's right. Okay, I had one more question. Does it, this is pertaining to guided reading, does it align with the guided reading practices as delineated by Jan Richardson? I don't know if either of you can speak to that.
Melinda, do you?
Well, I can speak partially to it. It's aligned with Fountas and Pinnell's guided reading. I don't know about Jan Richardson if it aligns with that or not, but it does align with Fountas and Pinnell. Can you speak to that, Valentina?
We didn't use Jan Richardson's work, so that's not something we can directly answer, I would say.
Right. Yeah. Fountas and Pinnell is who we followed for guided reading. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, it is 5:29. It has come to the point in the evening where Dr. Michelle Izquierdo is going to tell us who our 3 lucky winners are. She's got a wheel of fortune ready to go with our 3 winners. But
we don't want anyone to leave if they're not a winner, right? Because we do have some other stuff to do.
Absolutely. So as soon as she announces our 3 winners,
Oh, my hat.
Get your hat correctly. Carol Salva is going to be telling us about something that everybody that's on this call is going to be winning. So don't leave.
The first, oh, I'm sorry, friend.
You're ready. You go.
Winner is Nikki Saunders. Woo! Are you writing these down, my friend? Or should I write them down? Nikki Saunders.
Nikki. Now, if you are a winner, I'm going to put email address into the chat. You just email me and we're going to get you your book. So first winner is Nikki. Go ahead, Michelle. Who's our next one?
You ready for the second one?
I'm ready.
Emily Francis! Yay! All right, one more. Here we go. Ooh, I'm so excited. I got the fun part. Deborah Neighbors! Woo! Keep going? No? Okay.
Everybody gets a book. No, just kidding.
Everybody gets a book. And we get raises. Yay!
Michelle's giving away all the presents tonight. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Carol Salva, who's going to be telling us a little bit about a surprise that everybody's in store for.
I'm so excited about this prize. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're not done yet, but I did want to tell you this very exciting news. If you are here with us, generously, Valentina and Dr. Miller have included for you, for everybody in here, you're going to get a copy of the appendix on page 134 and 135 of this book. And it is so fantastic because it is the appendix for reading and writing workshop during remote teaching. So I've held it up a few times. Yay, I know, because it talks about the different parts of the book and the things that they recommend and then what that might look like with online remote learning. Thank you both for including this in the book, and how exciting that everybody in here is going to get a copy of that. Yay!
So exciting. Thank you so much, Carol. Well, with that, we have come to the end of our virtual launch party. Thank you so much for everybody who joined. And remember that Valentina and Melinda's book is available online. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on the Seidlitz store already. And you get your book signed? We had that question, if you can get your book signed. We can find a way to facilitate that, not at the immediate moment, but one day when we return to in-person conferences, and you get to come and see Valentina and Mel, they'll be able to sign their book for you. I'm sure of that, but we'll find a workaround if you really want a signed copy. Now, ladies, do you have any last words?
Won the hat contest. I mean,
Who wins the hat
really,
contest? That's
seriously,
a very important piece.
it really is.
Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank
we
you
have,
all. We are just so
you're good.
appreciate you so much, and thank you. I dropped the link to the appendix for the remote teaching, and we are just honored that you shared this time with us and that you're embracing Melinda and me and our baby book. And happy birthday to our book, and happy birthday to anyone else whose birthday is today. I'm just so excited, and I'm excited that you're all sharing it with us.
Yes, and I'd like to say thank you so much for coming. It means a lot for us that so many people are here, and it's been great to be with the Seidlitz family and to see everyone and to be here to celebrate our book. And just thank you to everybody. We hope you enjoy the book.
Thank you so much. We hope all of you have a great night. On your way out, drop the winner of the hat contest into the chat. And we hope you have a wonderful Monday, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you, ladies, and John and Adrian. It's been a pleasure. Michelle.
Congratulations.
Michelle, you're kind of up there with the winners. Tina, you just got a vote. So we all know Melinda and Valentina are the real winners.
I love Marcy's
hat.
Winners. They gave us
Marcy's, yeah.
for free to everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.